We're always told to shop around for a better deal from the banks, but tonight a warning on what happens when you do. We can reveal millions of Australians have been blacklisted, their credit ratings trashed, simply because they were being financially responsible. Helen Wellings has this public warning.
I'm disgusted that this can happen to ordinary people.
These people are potentially in credit prison for 5 years.
Just doing the right thing shopping around for credit, like mortgages, personal loans, credit cards, car finance, mobile phone plans and business loans, can blacklist you with lenders.
I had no reason to suspect that I'd ever be rejected for any credit because I'd always paid my bills on time and I'd always done the right thing.
Around 5 to 6 million Australians are in the credit doghouse, simply because they've applied for finance, and most don't even realise until it's too late.
We were credit shopping, looking for the best quote. We applied to 5 different banks.
George Both had no idea of the consequences this would have on his credit rating and the tumultuous effect on his life.
I'm extremely annoyed simply by the fact that we've always conducted ourselves very well with paying bills. We've really got a good rapport with our banks.
Jorg couldn't get a loan. Eventually he went to credit reporting agency Vida to get his credit file and found out it was due to his inquiries and applications, all listed on the file, creating bad marks against him, a bad credit score.
No defaults, no judgment, purely a credit score that suddenly has gone into negative.
Every time you apply for a loan, those lenders will automatically credit check you. And the point is, even if they accept your application or even if you decide to decline that loan, every application is registered on your credit file and counts against you.
There is a massive difference between somebody who's just sat on their couch one night and made a number of applications to somebody who has legitimately just not paid their bills. And yet the problem is, in many occasions, they're treated exactly the same way by a credit provider.
In Australia, we have a negative reporting system. Our credit files don't report the good things. Every listing is seen as bad.
As soon as they're hitting that submit button, that is recording an inquiry on their credit file. And that inquiry is recorded for a 5-year period. This is a typical credit report that a lender will see on you. First thing they will see is the credit score, which is that big number you've noticed right there.
That's a bad score.
That is certainly a bad score. Really anything less than 600 is potentially a problem, so you can see 186 is a real problem.
Yet this report states adverse listings, no. Defaults, none. But a shocker of a score.
Simply because of a number of credit applications that this person has made. That alone has driven this person's credit score down to 186, and he most likely will not be able to borrow because of that reason.
So this could be any one of us?
Absolutely.
I was even rejected to switch over my electricity bill to a green electricity company.
Graham Taylor had never defaulted, just applied for personal loans, credit cards and mobile phone deals over 4 years. And that made prospective lenders see him as a possible risk.
I'm unable to get any sort of credit.
But there is a way to avoid it.
The idea is to really do your homework before you make those applications.
It's not the credit reporting agencies that are to blame. They simply hold our records. Belinda Diprose of Vida says it's the current legislation that only allows negative information to appear on our credit records, and loan applications are listed as negative.
So speak to your current lender, speak to other lenders, negotiate on the best rates before you actually put in your application form.
The best advice I could give people is not to hit the submit button. The best advice I could give is to shop around, absolutely, is to do your homework, is to get on these websites and have a look at the cost of the product and the establishment fees and the entry fees and all these things. Compare them, but just make one application and wait for the outcome.
Before you go to a lender, check your credit file at mycreditfile.com.au. You can even set up an alert service, so when making credit applications you get sent an email.
I'm extremely disgusted with this whole affair.
Jorg Both says make sure you warn your mortgage broker about applications on your behalf.
Mortgage brokers will approach multiple banks on your behalf. As long as they have your name, your driver's license number, they can effectively create an inquiry on your credit report without you even knowing.